What's going on, guys? JSGC Football here, and we are here for another video. Today we're going to be doing our Premier League predictions for the 2022-2023 season. Before I do crack on with today's video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to the channel. We are on that push now to 500 subscribers, halfway to our goal of 1,000, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
we're getting there.
Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video, and do let us know your predictions in the comments below. So I'm joined here by, we've got both halves here of JSGC Football for a change. So I'm going to let the other half of JSGC Football, MixedSid, Aaron, you give your predictions. I'll pop his league table up onto the screen and I'll let you speak through it.
Yes, I'll start off. So for my prediction, I've gone for Manchester City. The reason I've gone for this, I still think you got the strongest squad in the Premier League. Like I said, if they get a bit close, may have lost Sterling, but I think you recruited well. I still like to see another left back. Hopefully you'll get Cucurella over the line.
Yeah.
And I'd still like to see maybe another signing like that.
A winger to replace Raheem Sterling, like Jesus and Sterling. I don't think they will, but it'd be nice.
Never do I think you just got for the left man and that's City done.
Yeah.
But I still think with the Haaland affair, I think you can make it work eventually. You might go to a slow start as you'll try and adapt. But I think you're strong enough to do it. Whether you're good enough to win the Champions League, I don't know. But there's still a major. Hopefully, it's because that's your main goal.
Need to learn lessons from last season, don't they?
But like I said, Manchester City, I think the strongest squad, they will win the Premier League. So for second, like I said, after a Community Shield, nothing's changed my mind. Your closest challengers, and still will be, it's Liverpool. They may have lost Mane, but they've got Nunes, and they know each other very well, their teams, because they just function all together. Still got the Klopp effect, and they will run you very close again. I won't be surprised to see this hit 90 points plus for both teams once more. Yep. So for the next one, like I said, they've got Diaz as well, so I think that's ready-made replacement for Mane. I never thinking that at Wembley.
They signed him because there was other interest. I think it was Tottenham, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's speeded it up.
So it's sped that up, yeah.
So I think that's your Mane replacement right there.
Mm-hmm.
So for third, I've gone for Chelsea. I don't know, it's because I might be a little bit brave there, so I don't know how Chelsea's got a third. They did get spanked by Arsenal 4-0 in the
pre-season. They've made a lot of changes to the squad as well. They've sold.
So it's a bit hurry where to put Arsenal at third, but I've gone for Chelsea. I still think they've got a very class manager in Tuchel, and still got quite a strong squad there. But if we can get them to play well, and hopefully, as I said, they've just been off form, but I think they've got enough about them. Just again, just see off the other competitors for the top three. So I think they'll just see it off. So third, Chelsea. Fourth, I think it's about time Arsenal got that fourth spot. Or should I call it Man City B squad, really, to keep nicking your players, like going for that.
And we've got Man City's B manager as well in Arteta.
Yeah, it's one thing I did mention at Chelsea, they've got Sterling, so I think that's good signing for him. But they've got Arteta, like I said, they've got Jesus. I think they've recruited very, very well. I'm impressed with them. They look sharp as well in pre-season.
They look confident,
don't they? They look confident, yeah. It's because they should have got fourth last season, but they bottled it.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, I think they'll learn lessons, and I think they can finally do it and crack that Champions League spots and return to it once more. What's that?
I've just had a thought. I think that All or Nothing documentary will be very interesting with Arsenal and then bottling the top four. I just had a thought, maybe we could do a little All or Nothing review of the Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Watch that. Amazon Prime come in beginning of August, very soon.
So that brings me now onto the Europa League spots. So for fifth, I've gone for Spurs. I still think they've got a class manager in content. I'm not too sure on them. I'm trying to think of this. I'm not overly. It's because it's more your thing, Premier League knowledge. But I don't think they've got enough. I think Arsenal will pip Spurs this time, as I think they've recruited well, like I said. And I think they've just got the edge on Tottenham at this time. So that takes me to six. It's Man United. They're still in a rebuild job.
Not impressed with their window.
I'm not impressed with their window. I thought they'd be stronger like that, but they're
relying heavily on Ten Hag coming in and putting in a new system, an organised system, that they hope that system works. And I think if that system doesn't work, I don't really see where Man United go from there, because I think they're just streets behind. The signings they've made has been poor.
I think they need to be brutal with the squad, but they're not, because I know it's over Ten Hag's thing. Just to rip that squad apart, I'd rip it apart.
I mean, they brought in Ronaldo last summer, and now he wants to leave because they're not made Champions League.
I'd have let him go.
So, and they don't
He's
want
getting on a bit. I don't let him go like that. But they're probably keep him for shirt sales like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's commercial.
But if they play Dunmore B there, I'd let him go like no matter if it's Ronaldo, whoever. Because he's 37, he's getting on. Because just let him go like that. Because they recruit better. Because United do have a few solid starts there, but they should be doing better. But they need ripping up. There's too many holes in that squad like that, and I don't see it improving. So for 7th, I've gone for Leicester.
Interesting that.
It's an interesting one. So I think they'll bounce back. I still rate Brendan Rodgers, but I still think they might bounce back from last season after quite a disappointing campaign.
Can they keep hold of Maddison?
Yeah, can they keep hold of Maddison's? Because they might change my prediction whether they can keep the main players. If they do, I still think they're a very strong squad, and I think they can just about see off your competitors, so your Wolves, West Ham, Newcastle, Villa.
Yeah.
So I think I'm backing Leicester for 7th. So in 8th, West Ham. Because I think they'll just miss out again. Miss out this time, finish at 8th.
I rate West Ham. I think they're good.
It's like I said, it's more your thing. Team. It's more your forte, Manchester Championship.
Hence your Championship predictions were probably much more solid than mine.
Yeah. So for Newcastle, I've got them in 9th. I think it's going to be a season where they improve, but not quite ready yet to break into that top 7. Because they'll nil be there. Because they can get like Maddison's. Because that's the type of sign they should be going for, like that. Star players of these other teams.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be going for. Because they're going to be looking towards Everton, Leeds, like that.
Yeah.
Just because it's Rafinha from Leeds has gone to Barcelona. Because that'd be a massive sign like Newcastle, and like for a manager. But it is what it is. So Newcastle, I think they've got a solid manager, but I think one day in the future they'll have to upgrade. So just think of Man City like that. It's 2009. We want to take the next step like that. It's called the building blocks.
Can they do it?
Can they do it? Yeah, like I said.
Isn't it?
So in 10th I've got Wolves. Because I don't know a lot about them, truthfully, like that. Because I know they're a very solid Premier League team like
well
that.
Adapted Premier League.
Well adapted, and they're just nothing exciting there. Because I think they will steady decline. Like I said, they don't seem to be building on it too much.
They seem very stable at the moment.
They're a stable club like that, well run, but stable. It's nothing exciting. They're not like the was when they first came up. There's exciting like that, Jota and all that.
Yeah. I think you'll just start to see over the next 3-4 seasons if they don't.
Yeah, decline.
Improve,
like all these teams do.
Positions will start just to slip. It'll become a 12th, then a 14th, then a 17th, and all of a sudden you're battling because everyone else is always improving, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that brings me on to the bottom half. So Aston Villa.
Ooh.
So I think they'll improve like that. Because I'm interested if Cameron Archer, just from a P&E point of view, to see if he gets any game time for Villa. I'd be happy if he does.
I don't reckon he will.
I don't reckon he will. I reckon they'll loan him out eventually.
End of the window. Yep.
So I reckon he'll be a top Championship club like that, as he deserves it.
Likely.
But be interested if Villa do keep hold of it. I think they've got a strong squad and they should be doing better. They should have done better last season, and they should be challenging for a top half realistically. Because I like the team and they should be doing better. So a bit interesting. It's because 11th isn't too bad for them if they do finish there. So that brings me now onto a very solid Patrick Vieira team. Crystal Palace 12.
Yep.
He just knows the job, gets the job done, very tactically astute.
Yep.
And I just like him like that. It's because just no frills, just get the job done like that. Because I still got Zaha in that squad. It's because I'm trying to think of any more superstars for him. Just a very solid team, really, like that.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that really stands out to my mind. So for 13th, I've probably done them a little bit dirty. I feel a little bit guilty putting Brighton down here, as I really do rate Graham Potter. What's that?
Wait till you see my prediction.
No, this is where this grow. I'm interested to see. I rate him. I think he's a good manager because I think he could have a better job than Brian. Whether he'll last the season out, we'll see. Whether it's sell Cucurella. If they don't, as I said, they probably will sell at some point. Whether it be this season, I don't know. We'll see if Brian can keep hold of. But they're a very solid team. I think they recruit well and they play the youngsters and they're solid manager, solid team. And it's 13th for Brighton. So in 14th, Southampton. I think they do what they always do, stay up like that by the skin of the teeth. I'm not really impressed with them at all, truthfully.
Well, they've made a lot of signings from City, a lot of our young players, so I think that's their method of investment.
Interesting one, yeah. It's
Whether
interesting,
they get game time, though, is
but
another
it's
matter.
interesting that they used to have their own academy, like that, bring their own players through. That they're going for yours. Mm-hmm. So it's an interesting philosophy now. Mm-hmm. But I think they've got enough about them because I said you usually just get the job done, Ralph. So 14th, in 15th, Everton.
Okay.
As I think they're just in absolutely turmoil. They are.
Not impressed still.
Not impressed with the overrated team. I don't think they're as good as what they think they are.
They've lost Richarlison to Spurs.
Exactly like that. I'm not impressed with them.
So
Whether it could be a relegation, there's a dark horse for a relegation. Everton.
again,
It wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
Yeah.
16th, Leeds. Where they finish, I don't know. I'm not impressed with their manager at all.
Not rating?
No.
Jesse Marsh.
No.
Okay.
Don't rate him, but I think they've got enough about them just to see this off
They've
again.
made a lot of
16th.
signings from is it RB Salzburg? They've started doing, and they've been heading to Germany to Leipzig to get their signings.
Well, we'll see if it pays off for them. I was going to say if it does pay off, but it's like looking at Chelsea. It's not really paid off these Bundesliga signings in the Premier League. It doesn't seem to have worked.
No.
So it'd be interesting to see if Haaland is a flop for you or whether he excels. He should excel.
To be fair, every signing we've made from the Bundesliga has always, in my opinion, got better.
De Bruyne, Sane,
a prime example's Company as well from Hamburg, and brought him in. So
yeah. So for 17th, I think they can finally stay up. The big yo-yo, it's Fulham.
Oh, nice! I like that. I like that.
So I hope they do stay up. I do like Fulham like that, but I think they can stay up this time. Hopefully they'll learn a lesson. Hopefully they can stop going up and down, up and down. It's time to stop the yo-yo. It's time to stay up and build on it. I think they've got enough in the squad. They've always spent big, so we'll see if it pays off for them. I do have reservations about the manager. Whether they'll have to replace him to stay up, we'll see.
Is it Parker?
It's Parker, yeah.
Parker.
But for 18th, because it really hurts me, it's because they are like a second club. I do rate them, I like the fans. It's Brentford. Second season syndrome, and I think they will be found out this time. Not really built on it, like from last season, and we'll see if it backfires.
Fair enough.
I was going to say 19th, I know they're going big. It's Nottingham Forest.
Not think they've got enough about them to stay
I don't
up.
know, like that. That's Aaron.
Okay.
But I think that lack of Premier League experience, it's been 23 years since I played in, none of these players I got. I know they've got like Lingard and spent big.
I think
I'm still having heart palpitations over 200k for Jesse Lingard.
a week. I think they need a very good start to the campaign. While they've got
Well, go build on the momentum, yeah. And that goes for Fulham, Bournemouth.
Yeah. Because if they get off to a sticky start, could be detrimental.
But even if they don't like that, there's something to build on the Championship, try and bounce back.
They've got
Because
to
they've got
spend the
parachutes.
money.
Yeah, they've got the money. Like,
So-
just like Fulham did, like, let's spend the money, and then you don't need to do it in the Championship.
I'm sure Nottingham Forest's ambition will be to stay in the Premier League,
Yes.
but it won't be the worst thing ever
not
if
the
they got
worst thing, no.
relegated, because they've got that money now there that they can spend big, that they can now establish themselves as a top Championship club and go no further than being a top
But
Championship
again, I like
club.
Forest, I like Nottingham. Because they've had a good experience again with those. Because I thought they're alright. Because they may mention 2 European Cups, but I found them more alright in general.
Aston Villa, they look like Aston Villa, but I didn't mind them either. But there you go.
Yeah, they just don't like dropping points to Preston and found like teams like Preston.
No, they don't like selling Jack Grealish either, I found, but there you go.
I think every fan's like tribal like that, to get bitter.
No, I've had it with the Brighton fans.
I probably get bitter now.
Don't worry about it.
So
worry
in
about it.
20th, it's Bournemouth.
Have they expanded that stadium yet?
No, they're still in that Tin Pot Stadium like that. But I think they're the worst of the 3 to come up. I think they've recruited the worst like that. I'm just not impressed. I think they're going straight back down.
Fair. I think
That is
very
my
fair.
prediction. That sums up my Premier League. What do you think of my prediction, guys? Do let me know in the comments below. Let me know your predictions, 1 to 20th. So over to you, JSGC, Jerry.
Okay, I'm going to work opposite way. I'm going to go 20th and up.
Right, you
so 20th place. I've gone for Fulham. You don't think they're going to yo-yo? I think they're going to yo-yo. I don't think they're good enough to stay in the Premier League. I think they're going to finish bottom.
Okay.
20th place. 19th place. Agree with the points that you made with Bournemouth. I don't think they're good enough. I think they're going to
I don't
go
think the
down.
players out of the squad's good enough.
19th place. 18th, I've gone for Leeds. They've made a lot of signings from, like I said, from Austria, from Germany, and if they don't hit the ground running, Leeds are going to be in for a very difficult season. I wasn't that impressed with them last season. They had a little good spell right towards the end, which was enough to keep them in the Premier League, like Everton did. But I think Leeds are going to struggle, and I think they may well go down. So they're my dark horse, and that's my little outrageous pick, because I've not gone for that many outrageous picks. Leeds relegated. 17th place, Brighton. I'm going for Brighton in 17th place because you made a very interesting point about Graham Potter, and I think they'll lose Graham Potter at some point in the season, and I think they'll go on a downward spiral when that happens. I think they'll get off to a pretty good start. I think they'll materialise and stabilise themselves as a very solid mid-table, maybe even
like to see Potter if it didn't work out.
Where?
Newcastle.
Quite possibly. And I think he'll end up somewhere else, is what I reckon.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, like I said.
I think if Everton don't get off to a good start with Frank Lampard, somewhere like that,
Lampard, I knew I should put Everton 18th. Forgot his manager. That's
an ambitious club that don't want to be where they are. So I'm going for Brighton to struggle this season. 17th place. I could be miles wrong. I'm going for 16th place, Nottingham Forest, and I'm going for Nottingham Forest to stay up because I think their feel-good factor. I think they'll get off to a good start in the Premier League, and I think that first season that they've got will be enough to keep them in the Premier League. However, second season, as you said with Brentford, it's a completely different story.
Decent manager, Steve Cooper as well.
So I'm over 16th place, Nottingham Forest. I think Brentford are going to stay up, so I'll put them in 15th place. 14th place, I've gone for Aston Villa.
You don't think they can build on it?
I don't. I'm trying to think off the top of my head any bits of transfer business that they've done that that stood out, that's been impressive, and there's just nothing there. I don't think they're any stronger than what they were last season, so I don't think they're going to build upon what happened, because they started, they ended, what was it, the top half they ended up finishing, and then last season dipped down into mid-table.
Did they finish 14th?
Somewhere around there. I think they're just going to finish around the same position again. So I'm going for, in 12th place, Everton. I think Everton will stay up. I don't think they're going to struggle as much this season as what they did last season, but again, could be wrong with that. 11th place, Southampton. I think their youngsters that they've got there, and the good quality young players coming through, and the City academy lads that they've taken in, if they give them some decent game time, I think they could do very well. I'm intrigued to see how Gavin Bazunu does. On loan at Portsmouth, of course, last season, has managed to earn himself a move to the Premier League, and if he
from League One to Premier League,
he ends up being their number one, I think that'd be very interesting. 10th place, top half, I'm going for Newcastle. I think they'll get a top half finish. Like you said before, you could probably give a more accurate prediction once the transfer window has closed, rather than doing it because we're filming this video right at the end of July. It becomes very difficult, and I think the World Cup sandwiched between could really stop the momentum of some teams. So I think that could be something to consider, and very
Are they doing a transfer
on the Premier
window
League
for the World Cup or not?
The transfer window?
Yeah.
What do you mean? They'll have it in January.
I mean, are they going to do it for World Cup while the teams are off, or
what transfer window?
Yeah, like a sneaky little transfer window.
Don't think so. No, I think they're still in January as normal. So they've got the World Cup running from November through December, which I think will stop teams' momentum. So if any team gets off to a flying start,
it's like that.
Momentum. Any team that's got off to a poor start can start afresh, and obviously other clubs will have more players heading to the World Cup than others. So some players will be well rested, some players will be very tired. So I think that could be very important and something to maybe consider when making the predictions. In 9th place, I've gone for Leicester. I think Leicester will finish in 9th. I don't think they've got enough to finish in the Europa League spots. 8th place, Wolves. I think they're a solid team. They're difficult to beat. They just do enough to make themselves difficult to beat. So when it looks like they might lose a game, they'll draw the game. When they're drawing, they've got the capabilities there to sneak the 1-0 wins, and I think they'll just keep the points coming on a continuous basis. I don't think they're going to get the Europa League place either, so that's why I put them in 8th. 7th place, I rate West Ham. So I put them in potential Europa Conference League place in 7th place for West Ham. 6th place, I've just not been impressed with Manchester United, so I've put them in 6th. And actually, I think they're one of the dark horses to look out for, potentially dropping down even further. If Newcastle, Leicester, Wolves, West Ham end up having a good season, I think Manchester United could drop down even further. They're my top pick of the big six, so to speak, of one that could drop down from that. 5th place, I've gone for Tottenham Hotspur. Hotspur. I put them there because I just think Chelsea are too strong. I don't think Spurs are going to finish over Chelsea, and I've been impressed with Arsenal's business that they've done in the window. They seem to have a real good feel-good factor, and I think they'll get off to a good start, and they did bottle top 4 last season. I don't think they're going to bottle top 4 this season. In 4th place, I've gone for Arsenal, and I was umming and ahhing about putting them in 3rd. Chelsea, there's so many changes there. I can actually see...
They're looking settled.
I can see Thomas Tuchel potentially being replaced at some point.
Or even leaving himself, wouldn't surprise me if he left of his own accord.
But you've not got Roman Abramovich in charge anymore to be that ruthless. Every manager does like 12 months at Chelsea, then leaves.
It is, but with Abramovich, that's stability as well.
They did.
Chelsea, they're unknown entity at the minute.
So I've gone 4th place Arsenal, 3rd place Chelsea. 2nd place, I think there'll be a big gap again. Liverpool, solid team. I don't think they're as strong with Sadio Mane. I think he's a big blow. I rate Luis Diaz. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's as good as Sadio Mane, and I think over a 38-game season they're going to miss Sadio Mane. He is, to me, last season their best player, and they've let him go, and they are relying heavily on Darwin Núñez to really come good, and I think he'll get goals.
But it's not like that. You got Diaz and Núñez.
You got them. You got Mo Salah as Salah there as well. I don't think that's as strong as the front three that they've had last season.
Fair enough.
That's my opinion.
Do you reckon they'll play up front then to like Firmino? Surely he's not the starter anymore.
No, I think they'll go for Núñez. I think they're just going to bread Núñez's, and it'll be Salah on the right wing, Diaz on the left wing, and Núñez going up top will be their new front three.
Rotate with Jota.
Yeah, and that's what they'll use, and Firmino will just be playing the bit part player, which is why they've let Origi go, because I think Firmino's just going to be the player that can help slot in, and they've brought in Carvalho, haven't they, from Fulham as well, who is he a left wing back? Left back, plays on the left hand side, left wing as well. I think he can cover all on that left hand side. I think he can cover all on that left hand side, so I won't be surprised to see him maybe in some attacking positions for Liverpool as well. First place, I'm going for Manchester City. I think Man City's squad is too strong. Won the Premier League last season, just about. I think Man City, yes, we've sold Gabriel Jesus, we've sold Alexander Zinchenko, we've sold Raheem Sterling, we've let an array of young players go, but I think pound for pound, starting 11, I think Man City's is still the strongest. Of course, filming this just after the Community Shield, you're thinking to yourself, actually, Liverpool might be the better team. I'm confident over that marathon run of 38 games that Man City have got enough about them, but like I said, I think what might be very important for both Man City and Liverpool is that World Cup. Who sits on top of that Premier League table by the time we go into the World Cup? What's that points difference, and what's that going to do for momentum? I think if Man City are to win the Premier League, I think we need a nice healthy lead at the top of that Premier League, because I think Liverpool will come back refreshed, raring to go, and Liverpool do that. They have very strong second half of the seasons, don't they? To put pressure onto us.
You know, they get a flying start where you're playing catch up and then you overtake them. Then
we are renowned for getting off to slow starts. We get off to slow starts, and then from there we get through our gears, and once we're getting through our gears we get the points. But like I said, the season stops mid-November, so I think City need to be top of the Premier League table with a nice healthy lead as well. So there we go. They're my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your prediction? Who wins the Premier League? Who's your top 4? Who's your Europa League and Europa Conference League positions? Who's getting relegated and why? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Plenty more football content to come from both me and Aaron. Also, don't forget as well to check out all of our links, everything. They are in the description, and we'll see you all again real soon. So we've been JSGC Football. I hope everyone is safe and well and has a wonderful rest of their day.
A nice day, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now.
Peace. Ciao for now.